The Cathedral of San Jose de Toluca is the Catholic temple built on what used to be the convent and temple of San Francisco. It is located in the center of the city of Toluca, south of Plaza de los Mártires. After the conquest in the middle of the 16th century, the Franciscan order built the convent of the Assumption of Mary in ancient Toyocan. In 1863, due to the unfortunate state of the property, and with the increase of the population of Toluca, it was decided to be demolished and, based on the plans presented by the architect Ramón Rodríguez Arangoiti, the building began to be erected again. It was made in the French neoclassical basilical style. The progress of the works was slow, and it was not resumed until almost a century later, before Pope Pius XII created the Diocese of Toluca in 1950. In 1951, the architect Vicente Mendiola Quesada resumed the works and carried out the same original style, although with some modifications. The construction with a neoclassical facade is made up of two bodies where the images of San Juan, Santo Tomás, San Pedro, and Santiago are found. It also shows a relief that represents the Ascension of the Lord, made of mortar. On the clock there are three female figures representing the theological virtues. In the center, faith, on the right, charity, and on the left, hope. It closes with a monumental dome, crowned by a bronze sculpture of Saint Joseph presenting the child Jesus, by the sculptor Ernesto Tamariz. The Cosmovitral is a botanical garden of approximately 3,000 square meters that is located in the city of Toluca, capital of Estado de Mexico in Mexico. The Art Nouveau structured building that houses the botanical garden is a wrought iron structure built at the beginning of the 20th century to house the 16 de Septiembre market. The design of this large stained glass structure is attributed to the Mexican artist Leopoldo Flores. The Cosmovitral is a chromatic and thematic succession without a defined beginning or end. You can begin to admire this work of art in any of its sections. Originally, the project involved, on one side of the Cosmovitral, the construction of a botanical garden with endemic plants from the region of Estado de Mexico, properly labeled and identified, as well as their medicinal and/or general use and their common name. Initially, a different variety of plants was thought, which require fertile and adequate soil for each of them, in addition to adequate exposure to the sun's rays, which was repeatedly a topic of discussion with Leopoldo Flores, since all the stained glass would be built in colors whose wavelength interferes with the proper growth of plants. However, the Botanical Garden project ended up being more important than the Cosmovitral construction, and the plants had to be replaced by ornamental plants without any botanical and didactic connotation, only recreational. Although there is no doubt that the final choice was a success. They are all perfect to look at. They adorn every step you take, and they are perfect in their own space. Not to mention the colorful fish that give such an unmatched detail to all this spectacle of colors, sounds, lights, aromas, and atmosphere in general. Without a doubt, a delight for all the senses. Universal duality is the theme of this magnificent work. The antagonism of night and day, of good and evil, of woman and man, a synthesis of cosmogonic expression. In the front of this stained glass window is the Man of Fire, a great circle of fire where the figure of a man is inscribed, alluding to the Pythagorean golden ratio. Each step and each piece invite you to observe, one by one, the details captured with glass, while enjoying the incomparable company of all the different kinds of plants that surround you. This iconic work that has served as an identity for the city and Estado de Mexico is one of the largest in the world. It took Leopoldo Flores a year to design it, and Bernabé Fernandez, the stained glass artist in charge of making it, 3 years. It consists of 48 stained glass windows. To build it, approximately 75 tons of metal structure, 45 tons of blown glass, and 25 tons of lead pipes were used. It is made up of 500,000 glass fragments of 28 different colors. A massive, true work of unmatched art. In 1980, this enclosure, with an area of more than 3,500 square meters, was transformed to give life to an impressive home to more than 400 species of plants from different parts of Mexico and from different parts of the world. Flores, ingeniously taking advantage of the layout of the building, oriented on a west-east axis, placed the central and most important figure of this work, the Sun Man, in the westernmost part of the complex. This is so that during the spring and autumn equinoxes, at sunset, after 4 in the afternoon, the majestic mural is illuminated in its entirety. If you have the opportunity to witness this illuminating equinoctial event, you cannot miss it. This formidable site is located less than an hour from Mexico City, so try not to blink and enjoy.